And they say I have a grim sense of humor.
Now, welcome back to the European LCS, where this series between Roccat and Misfits Gaming has been impressive. Impeccable League of Legends. After what we saw in the opener, I cannot wait to see what the teams will bring out here in game number 2. Stress, truly, truly impressive performance.
The greatest series we've ever seen.
Bar none. We're only in game 1, and I agree with you.
Yeah, that was game 1. So if Misfits can fire back with a different strategy, maybe we'll see something different.
I want to see him change it up. The Master Yi, like, it was great for a good 15 minutes. It just did not work after that.
Well, you don't gotta wait much longer, Pyro. Here we go. Champ select already up. Misfits are on the blue side. That is their selection. We had MSF XD out of Roccat in the bands last game.
We're terrible. Oh, well. Oh, wait, seriously?
What?
You guys are anti-fun.
Heimerdinger has drawn a ban in the blue LCS.
Well, there we go. Okay, so.
It was played super seriously, actually, in Challenger by MagiFelix. So I'll take this time to pull out the promotion tournament that is coming up this week, where sadly MagiFelix isn't playing, so no Heimerdinger. But in this game, he has been banned as well.
Yeah, also banned out the Kalista,
Do
the
I
Syndra,
write down
and the Draven.
Now, do I write down Heimer or Donga in my notebook?
I think that is a personal preference.
Okay, I'm going to write
I
down
would be remiss
Donga.
to tell you how to write your notes, my friend.
So Kalista, you mentioned the Draven. I'm actually sad about that. I wanted to see the Hansama Draven.
Yeah.
But I think Roccat either don't want to get dumped on by it or don't want to go to game 3. Might be the other thing.
Well, they could put it away. I mean, it was an impressive turnaround from Roccat. At the end of that game, remember, it was all Misfits starting things off with the big Master Yi kills. However, looked like the Cats were being able to beat down the Bunnies, and back to Roccat for the final ban is the Orianna. So they're saying, PowerOfEvil, do something different.
Nothing spelled that I can see.
No, these are serious bans.
Yeah.
Oh, insta-lock on the Lucian, okay. Oh, we got a Karthus!
Karthus.
How about that?
See, that's why they had to ban LeBlanc for Misfits. They didn't want to have the old Karthus-LeBlanc discussion.
What it is.
That's a Gragas. I feel like we're still getting lane swaps here, so...
Most likely. Well, it's nice to see the Karthus come out just in time for the new Pentakill album to drop, of course.
It means we had a Kayle
I know,
last game,
we did. Everyone, you know. Maybe we will get Mordekaiser. Was flashed last time around. And Maxlore locks in the Lee Sin.
But the crowd are uneasy now. The crowd don't know where any of these are going, so they're kind of like, do we boo the Lee Sin? The Lee Sin was really fun in the last game.
I mean, it's a straight up takeaway from Wadid.
If you don't pick Lux, I'm going to be really sad.
Oh, boy! We got the Yasuo preempted.
Well, now that could be the Alphari Yasuo top and the PowerOfEvil potentially Lux. We're still hanging on for that Lux pick that he's talked about.
It's still possible. It's still possible. All right, now it's in ban phase 2. Roccat going to take off the board after Jarvan gets picked up by them.
That could be support Gragas as well, is the other thing. Could be top lane, could be jungle, could be support. Jarvan could be top or jungle, of course. If you are just joining us, the reason that this is a little bit of a funky game, the series doesn't actually have standings implications for either squad. Of course, Misfits already in promotion. Roccat don't have anything to gain. They are now in the safe spot and will be back in the spring split for the LCS. This is their last series of the entire season.
Yeah, and they're definitely looking to make this one count. Misfits, of course. I mean, there's always the argument to be made that they want to show some improvement heading towards those playoffs, and they did come out with a win in their previous series. If they can do it again, even in the strangest of situations, that's always encouraging. I mean, to be fair, they did beat NIP, who beat Fnatic. If they can then beat Roccat, doesn't that prove they're better than G2
as well? Yeah, like Roccat just don't make sense, though, at the same time. Because, wait, you mean we're talking about
I'm talking about the transitive property of equality here, right? Like, I find my math checks out.
Roccat lost to NIP and then beat
G2. And then Fnatic also lost to NIP, but beat Misfits. If Misfits can turn it around, because they beat NIP, they can also beat Roccat. And we got the Nasus locked in.
Yes! Okay, I have been waiting for this pick.
All right, forget my math. Let's talk about it.
Betsy has been playing this in solo queue. It's AP Nasus mid lane. Building Frost Queen's... People are laughing in the audience. He would have played this in a serious game. They drew a Nasus ban a week and a half ago that I was ready for.
No. Oh, no. No. No.
Yes.
No.
Do it.
Do not. Do not.
Come to the dark side.
No.
Yes! The light
That is
side,
so
the
much
light
better!
side. That would,
I love you, Power of Evil!
perfect. Woo! We finally got it.
Wow, we're gonna have a even
Now
better
we
game.
get the mini game of which Elementalist does he pick?
Ooh,
Because he's got to pick Elementalist, Lux.
We'll have to track that throughout the game.
So Yasuo top lane, Lee Sin in the jungle, Lux in the mid lane. Unless this is some like awkward Ignar Lux, but I don't think that would be the case.
I'd be very disappointed. I think that's I don't know anymore.
So we're gonna have the very standard Lux mid lane.
And a Malphite and a Vayne. Okay.
Okay.
All right, sort these comps out for me, Stress.
Okay, so I want to see where everything ends up falling. So you've got the Malphite to enable the Yasuo. You got the British combination here. It can get things
little
going
knock-up combo,
together.
yeah.
You've also got the Lee Sin for the kick if it ends up. I mean, it could be Lee Sin support, could be Malphite support. We'll see how that ends up going. Roccat. Is Wadid actually playing Vayne? Was his tweet to you about him playing Vayne?
You know, that would
and
be the one thing
Hjarnan
I didn't
playing
realize.
support Karthus.
Ah.
Oh no, Hjarnan has teleport, so he's going top lane.
But you would
It's
think.
support Gragas for Pridestalker. Phaxi jungle.
I think we should just wait to see
Somebody
what
on
happens in
Misfits
game.
needs to take Smite.
Oh. Uh-oh.
They have 4 seconds.
Uh-oh.
No, nobody's.
Okay.
Unless it loads up and there was an error. Okay, it adjusted. Ignar took Smite at the end of it.
All right. Close
was
call
close.
there. All right. Last game, that's anything to go by, was quite the romp through Summoner's Rift. I'm
Yes.
expecting no less different this time around. Will we get a game 3? Will Misfits fire back? No, there are not 2 Yasuos in this game. However,
Wait.
depending on the way they play, we might just see quite a lot of movement around the map. Now, Roccat, they have a chance to put this one away 2-0 on their last series of 2017. They did it with Heimerdinger. They're looking to do it with AP Nasus and Wadid showing those mechanics on Vayne.
This is going to be another fun matchup. I don't know where people are going yet because Hansama has teleport, but he had that in the last game as well. So we got Alphari and Maxlore. Ignar's in the jungle. So we say we like to see Ignar on the engaged supports. He's got Lee Sin. He can go aggressive. Clearly wants to prove Wadid that he would be the better Korean support turned jungler Lee Sin in this matchup, which is a very specific niche of players. But we'll see who's better.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about at the beginning of the day, it's all about pride. Well, that's one thing. Get you some pride. You prove that you are the best in that category. All right. Kill lane in the bottom. I like it. Between Alphari and Maxlore. Bash bros. Well, one's bashing, one is jumping up in the air and killing you with swords.
Yeah, that's fair. I want to see
Yeah.
how that actually ends up sitting in the lane matchup. This is some stuff that actually... The mid lane matchup with the Nasus. Now, 715 helped Betsy, although Betsy is sitting top lane for now. This might not be the full AP one. Nasus had some changes on 715. His Spirit Fire changes to % armor reduction, which in a tank meta is super good against tanks. This is as serious as we're going to get. And then when his ultimate is running, his Q cooldown is reduced by 50%. So what it means is you stack up with the boombox and just take down the turret.
Do you want me to beatbox for you?
No.
Okay.
Betsy had it. It was right there.
You stopped.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to
At the right time. I finished the jive and then it was there.
You did well. You did well. Okay. Hjarnan's in the mid lane. I can't call them Skittles anymore, but he is pulling them down, and now Hansam up at the top in the 1v1 with Betsy. Trying to send things out. This is actually the most standard start.
Aww. Betsy's running normal Nasus. Okay, so Betsy is running what looks to be like a tank Nasus build where you actually go off Q and you stack up and you hit people with Siphoning Strike and it really hurts. I want to get out one thing because I prepared this for weeks and I was waiting for him to play it. And he was building Frostbean's Claim AP Nasus, which he actually played earlier in this split as a serious pick. Now, with the armor reduction that came through, plus the Frostbean's Claim, it allows you to stick on people with the Wither. You did a lot of damage with Spirit Fire, just like you've seen in ARAMs, and you pushed away, push. But that's not what's happening this game, unfortunately. Betsy seems to be going a normal route, because he has
Pridestalker.
0 AP from his masteries. and
Yeah, I was
runes.
checking back in on that bottom side. Pridestalker trying to move forward and make the play. Now, he wasn't the jungler, of course, for Roccat last time around. He definitely was still able to make a few plays, and he's trying to do it once again. I feel like we got to talk about the players who really were filling that jungle role, at least filling the smite role last time.
See, you thought it was going to be the
wrong.
junglers.
No,
I trolled you, Pyro. We're actually showing Wadid's Lee Sin stats versus his own jungler, Pridestalker. So, Wadid in a super serious game, out-jungling his own jungler. Who knows, 2018 spring.
Cue the Pridestalker, not even the best jungler on his team. Okay, you got me?
Gotcha.
I'm done.
Yes.
You cast for a while, I'll come back when the fight starts.
It's fine. Now, the funny thing was, Devin was like, you mean we're running a graphic of both junglers from the last game, right? And I was like, yeah, Devin, we're going to show both junglers. It'll be fantastic.
A little peek behind the curtain for those of you. This is how we prepare these things.
Like to have fun during these games as well. Wadid clearly the best jungler on...
I mean, it's hard to argue with those results. We saw the master plays.
Now we'll get to see whether he's the best AD carry.
Yeah.
If this goes to a game 3, which would indicate a loss, maybe we'll run a Wadid versus Hjarnan graphic.
I want to see Wadid versus Wadid. Which role is he the best on?
Support, I think.
I don't know at this rate. All right, Ignar's making moves on the Hjarnan. This early game has already started very differently than the last one, and it looks like Ignar trying to prove he is the best Lee Sin in this game.
He's isolated himself for Skittles.
That's unfortunate. Gotta come up with a better name for that. Okay, Maxlore, chase down Wadid. More damage. Oh, he is really Alphari that draws first blood in game number 2 on the Yasuo. Oh, I'm getting flashbacks to that Master Yi last time. Pridestalker, nice flash to avoid the tornado.
Little bit of Vayne spotting coming in this game, I think, Pyra. Wadid, see, that's what happened. He BM'd a little too much. He dumped on them with the Lee Sin in the game, and he's like, okay, now I'm ready for Vayne. I'm going to play this champion. I can run it. And then you realize you're into like the equivalent of kill lane with a double relic shield Yasuo Malphite lane. Maxlore goes aggressive here into the lane, sets the fight up. Wind wall comes out, so Alphari can't end up falling to Wadid. And then, oh, Wadid, he thought he was safe. In comes the dash off the seismic shard. Alphari for first blood. That right there. British ingenuity right there. That's what I like to see.
I mean, I feel like that's just how you play Vayne. That's how I always see it. So, yeah. And yes. Hasaki greater. Well, with the sword.
We'll have to see exactly whether it's taste the wind or taste the rainbow with the Skittles in this game. And then we'll see which branding campaign actually comes out better.
Well, I guess we can start thinking about that one now and see how it unfolds at the end of the game. This is such a low-action game compared to 1. I feel like we've been lied to.
Well,
1
you
to
had
0?
Double support item bot lane for Misfits. Which one of them is getting the Ardent Sensor, though? That's what... Maxlore's running Deathfire Touch for lane harass.
Wadid's not perturbed by his earlier death, by the way. He wants to go in. There's the wind wall, so Alphari doesn't take any more damage. Phaxi was going in for the lane gank, but the ward has foiled his evil plan.
It has. Ooh, Betsy picked up a Doran's ring. See, actually... he might still be going that way. Competitive update. Our coaching staff has been fighting. We're using Reddit cards and pick and ban game 2. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Sure that wasn't the case in game 1.
Although at this point, I'm pretty sure that means you wouldn't be playing the game and you just have 5 people talking about the game that Roccat are playing.
Yeah. Okay. Pridestalker and Wadid are moving into this jungle. I mean, it is all about making sure that you deny this vision right now. That is an important strategy. You've already given up 1 death. You do not want to let a gank come in and ruin your day.
That was some great analysis. That's like normally around that 7-minute mark.
Look at me. I'm the color
talking about
caster
that.
now.
I don't think you want to hear me try and play-by-play some fights, but we can try that later maybe.
If you want. I mean,
it's always
the floor
fun.
is yours.
I'll try. I'll try one later. Not
Okay.
this
Hold
early
on.
on.
Phaxi being sneaky again. You're just outside the range of vision. You can see it. Thanks, observers. Ansama knows something's up, though. No. This ain't happening.
Ansama playing the Lucian top, doing a cattle shot impression.
Oh, full culling channel, but Betsy's a big dog. Unfortunately, the tower is going to chase him away.
Trying to
That was anticlimactic.
that wither to advantage as much as they could. Ignar looking up for the gank.
That dive withered. Okay. Pridestalker Wadid. They know something is up as well. Here comes Ignar looking to turn things on. He's only level 5. Lands a Sonic Wave onto Pridestalker's big hitbox, but that will just result in them making the push. On Samba taking back to the top lane onto Betsy. Couple of double taps, but wait! Out of the brushes comes Phaxi, Dragon Strike. He looks for Hansa, and Betsy with the Spirit Fire.
Yeah, has some AP, so that Spirit Fire does start to hurt, and Betsy gets the first kill for Roccat. Misfits getting to have first blood in response, though. This Yasuo Malphite lane hasn't even properly come online yet. Now they're level 6. They can start that team up.
Ooh. The unstoppable last breath. Okay, PowerOfEvil. And we haven't talked as much about PoE. He's been trying to take the 1v1, but Yjarnan's got some fancy feet. Unfortunately, he does have blue buff if he can stay alive. Oh, you see them two-step in there? Dodge out the laser.
PowerOfEvil's not running Elementalist Lux. I actually don't know whether it's enabled on competitive play, but he would be winning the game if he was running Elementalist.
Too OP.
Not in the same way the old Steel Legion Lux used to be. When we used to run third-party tournaments in the UK and that kind of thing, Steel Legion Lux, every player would complain about because it didn't have the right indicator for the Lucian Singularity. And everybody would say it was a really OP skin. And people would be like, oh, they played the wrong skin, you can ban them. Just like Blitzcrank.
Yeah, I was going to say, Blitzcrank is that one for me because it looks so weird with the rocket grab.
Underworld Twisted Fate as well, because the cards were slightly thinner. Things you can do in solo queue, not Steel Legion Lux anymore.
Yeah.
That Lux got fixed. They added
hey, there's the combo right there. Down goes Phaxi. Oh, demolished.
PowerOfEvil didn't have his ult. Of course, there were those changes to the ult of Lux. Of course, if it kills an enemy, you get that cooldown back. A little bit of it, not all of it. Increases with level. Oh, watch out, Hansama again.
Hjarnan comes up here. Hansama trying to take him down, but Betsy turns him into a stab.
Who let the dogs out at this point? 2-0, 2-2-2.
Woof, woof.
No time for the Baha, man.
No, I haven't listened to that since 1999.
Was it even out in the 90s?
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like it would be. But
I have a shameful secret that I have to confess. I own that album.
You own that album?
Yeah, it's like one of 3 albums I owned.
What are the others?
Smash Mouth All-Star.
Well, that's quite that makes a lot of sense.
And Green Day Beat.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah. Now you know all about my childhood, basically.
Not international super hits?
No. No. Before my time.
Fair. There's a lot of people in the audience. I went back and listened
later, okay?
It's going way over their head.
Oh yeah, no, this point. Like if we're getting into only 90s kids will remember territory, we've already gone over the hill.
Yeah, that's true. There are players in the LCS that are eligible that were born in the year 2000 now. Any 17-year-old player.
And now I feel old.
Ignar wants to try and make Pridestalker feel a few things at this point.
Okay. Ignite onto Ignar, as well as the big barrel comes out. Maxlore was there to help defend, but man, you can't take your eyes out the screen for a second. You never know when someone's going to get smashed.
But look, okay, Hjarnan, we haven't seen that ulti come through. The Karthus ult, standing in base. He's not actually standing in base, but they're looking for the engage on the top side. Unstoppable Force, maybe. Has he got it? Is
Seismic?
It's not quite available.
Oh! Hjarnan! Still defiling.
Underwhelming damage early. And PowerOfEvil even goes the tier. This is something he does in solo queue on the actual Lux games. Sometimes he builds Lich Bane, which is always fun.
Well, I mean, it would work really well against Hjarnan because he is a Lich.
Ah!
Yeah.
That's actually quite apt.
Fun fact, Liches do not like things that are the bane of them.
Or the king of them, I guess.
No, that is a whole nother game now. Betsy and Pridestalker up on the top side. Just farming away at the minions. There are clearly fights to be done, but they are not fussed about taking their time about this one.
The TP to the inner tower coming from Hjarnan. He's like, I can save this tower.
I don't know about that. Yep. That's a 180.
But this composition actually has an interesting aspect to it that we haven't touched on. Here comes the fight. I'm going to play this on Pyro. Don't worry. Pridestalker going to go in. Phaxi jumps right the way onto PowerOfEvil. In comes Phaxi to fight. Nothing's really happened. And at this point, PowerOfEvil dies.
And now Wadid's wreaking havoc in the backside. I will take this one right off your hand, Stress, because Ignar is being chased down by Betsy. Oh, that dog is getting big. 3-0. And that was an admirable
I didn't take enough of a breath. Now, I wanted to talk about
inhale every now and again.
The team fighting from Roccat, actually, because they have a good amount of resistance shred. Now that Nasus deals armor % reduction, remember, Wall of Pain on Karthus removes magic resist. So if you can manage to get this combination going, you can actually have some pretty successful team fights.
All right, I'm going to call this
Okay,
replay because you've already taken the fight. So here we go. Wadid goes in. He gets a big pick off here. They weren't expecting him because no one expects Wadid to play Vayne. Then Ignar is kind of isolated, left for dead. It's an easy cleanup fight for Roccat, and they are in the lead.
Great. That
How'd I do?
was brilliant. Nice.
Score one.
Brilliant on that one.
right.
It wasn't so brilliant that PowerOfEvil is dying here. Now, the funny thing is, PowerOfEvil, this is the second game in a row that he's played a champion we have expected him to play in.
I'm telling you, that's the most
Actual
unexpected thing.
At least the Lux is a little bit more unorthodox than the Orianna that we had in game one. I want to see the Lux actually have damage though, but because he's gone for the Archangel stuff, he's building damage for later.
Yeah, but that means if the game goes on later, it'll be perfectly fine. Now, Roccat do not want that to happen as they jump on top of Alphari, and without any help,
he
there's the
actually hit
last
the ult.
breath, and it is his last breath as Betsy picks up kill number 4, and will it be 5? The big dog is off the leash.
Pridestalker decides that he's going to run a support that he plays in the jungle all of the time on that Gragas. He's able to just go aggressive. Looks like Betsy is going Trinity Force first. None of this support item shenanigans because he was in a solo lane. Doesn't want that slow anymore. He's just going to go full carry now. I'm going to check out how many stacks he's
He's
actually
at 126, I just checked.
got.
A little behind the game, but to be fair, he has been farming champions.
True, true. And although that does give you additional stacks, it's actually still 126 is a little bit on the low end for a solo queue player. But that's fine. Betsy's been playing in the team fights as well. He's been TPing in. One of the worst things when we used to play games was when Pulse was part of the broadcast team, he would play Nasus in the top lane. And he would reach like 450, 500 stacks by 20 minutes. And it would be great because he'd two-shot anything in the late game. But for 20 minutes of the game, he would never TP. That's what I wanted to see Betsy do. Not get involved and just stack up.
The difference is
and
Betsy's
then
a
two-shot
team player.
people.
And everyone's also coming up there, which is a whole other story.
That's true.
And Pulse also played top Leona.
Yeah, and Analyst.
But I can't talk because I'm a Singed main, so hey. Back to this game, 15 minutes now. Roccat. Close on the gold game, but I'm looking at that Betsy Nasus, and I would be worried if I were Misfits.
There's no answers for Misfits. They're like, okay, we've got the Yasuo comp. Maybe if we hit all 5 of them, we can get the Lux ult coming through after the Malphite ult.
So they need a wombo combo.
They do.
Well, they might just get it. Now they do get a tower here, 3-3. PowerOfEvil finally polishes it off. Vision control inside the river, but inside the jungle it is Roccat looking to finish off the red buff. It's Phaxi who grabs it. So far not so bad in his jungle debut.
No, he's been okay.
Yeah, different kind of taxi.
Yeah, he also can't get camped as easily.
Oh, well, I was going to say you can, but
as easily.
You qualified it very well there.
Which is good. It means there's less attention on him.
Yeah, there's a lot of attention on Hansama, though. Ooh, kill number 6. Betsy's not stopping. Pridestalker staying in his lane. Oh, boy.
At this point, for Misfits, it's raining rockets and dogs. Because Betsy making it rain with the damage. There was a groan through the audience. That's the people shaking their heads.
Mass hysteria. Okay.
Not even one person was like, yeah. That was great.
An attempt was made. Oh, boy. All right, well, it's going to be tower on the top, but it's an outer. Of course, the inner was taken by Roccat, and with 3 members, they're joined by Wadid now. They're actually going to continue this push. Trinity Force Nasus in full effect at 16 minutes. Remember, this guy's got 6 out of 7 of the team's kills, and he is looking to do even more work. Spirit Fire clearing away the wave. Misfits, their towers are melting, but Maxlore, he's coming in to look for Hjarnan here, the most isolated member. He flashes, Defile is on. Oh, but the turnaround, the TP, the ultimate, they've already got one thanks to the tower, and Betsy's coming to the defense of his teammate.
Run, run, run.
Oh, that wither lasts forever.
As fast as you can.
Oh.
Alphari's trying to say, you can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man, but it really doesn't go too well.
And if he got dunked on, that would be even worse. But I don't think that's how the story goes. This story for Alphari doesn't seem to be ending so well. Pridestalker bops him on the head.
Pridestalker wants to kill for himself, doesn't want to give Betsy even more. So we had talked a little bit about seeing maybe Nasus as support actually in the meta. Not so much as a top lane here in Europe, but we did see it over in North America a little bit. Oh.
That was a good flash.
Yeah, that was a good flash. Mechanics on the Karthus. Oh, and he even was just out of range of the Steel Tempest tornado.
I feel like Hjarnan will be mad that the tower got the kill and not his
Hang
ultimate,
on.
though.
That is the sign. There is a sign of a committed player here.
Oh, yeah.
PowerOfEvil. On a 1-1-1 Lux, where his team is feeding, is like, I have the Medjais.
Don't worry,
I can
guys.
win this game.
Hansama, I don't think
you don't want
want
that. You do
fight.
not want that.
Yeah, bye.
Dead.
Oh.
So that Q cooldown being reduced by 50% is pretty strong if it hits.
In EU LCS, Nasus one-shot you. Uh-oh, bye! Oh, he gets shut down. So Ignar. I mean, that's clutch right there, but that took a huge commitment.
He got to go back and buy, and now that actually gives him stacks on the Medjais. So a double whammy.
All right.
In favor of Misfits.
Maybe there's something to this after all. PowerOfEvil knew something we didn't.
I want to wait to see what Alphari actually can do in a team fight.
Yeah.
If they can get that combo to work.
So here's the problem, though, is because all it did was make Betsy angry. And he buys a Righteous Glory. And here's how he dies. We'll get back to the build in a minute.
First of all, here's how he kills Hansama first.
And nearly
Hansama
gets a second.
Thinks he can get out of this. Forgets that Betsy doesn't need that much mana to kill him. Kills him between the ult passive plus the Qs.
Back to live, though. We've got a last breath wombo combo, but Phaxi's jumping in. The barrel's coming out. Ooh. Everyone's getting pinball, but Hjarnan comes up with the first kill. PowerOfEvil gets a shutdown on his opposite number. A double kill, though, at the end of it all. It ends up being a 1-4-2 in favor of Roccat, but Wadid, he's got to be careful. He's got to get out of there.
PowerOfEvil is now up to 7 stacks. We criticized him like a minute ago of being 1-1-1, and now he's 2-1-2, so...
That was clearly a predictive buy. Uh-oh, Hansama.
He's trying to TP out. Oh. The race is on!
Oh, he's done it.
Betsy tried to get his ult out so they'd have that cooldown on Q reduce, but wasn't quite enough.
Oh, well.
Nearly
If all
got
else
him.
fails, there's always the SOAS TP.
That's the difficult thing about Nasus is without being able to disrupt the enemy TP, you can take him to like 20% health before they TP, but not really gonna kill him.
Yeah, I feel like the moral victory is still his, though. He chased him out of lane.
True.
That's what a good guard dog does. Now he's just gonna try and wait for stacks. I'll check in with how many he's got.
Yeah,
As we've crossed the 20-minute mark here, 12-5 in the kills.
260 stacks.
Will this? Wow, that's pretty nice, actually. He turned things around in his favor. Baron's live. But we did still on the bottom side.
Is this actually Nash's Tutoriana as well? There's
Oh,
a Stinger,
course
there's
it
a
is.
Fiendish Codex.
Do you know that man in the mid lane, Stress? He's PowerOfEvil. He doesn't let anything like the meta stop him from building Nasher's Tooth.
He's trying to carve the meta for himself.
Take a bite out of it. Nasher doesn't appear to be on the menu for now.
Oh, Nash. Okay. Let's see. Sorry.
Just made myself hungry. Betsy keeps on pushing. He's got Righteous Glory cooldown for the time being. Hansama might have learned his lesson. He doesn't have flash. I feel like he definitely can't really stop this push anytime soon. Double blast cone, hop over. It looks like Roccat want to kick this tower game into overdrive, but Betsy wants to chase insta-flash into the window. Down goes
He's still got it.
He's inside the base, and he just doesn't care. Dragon Strike, Cataclysm. It's a double kill, but the dog is down. PowerOfEvil with the shutdown, all the same. Roccat have the more members right now. However, Wadid still not with them, so it's a 3v3 for the time being.
Yeah, Wadid pushing in the mid lane, trying to farm up on Vayne. Hasn't really got into the game all that well. Wasn't like the Lee Sin game we saw in the last game.
I mean, it's fine. You get to like 30 minutes and all of a sudden Vayne's like, hey guys, I'm here.
Yeah.
And that can still be a problem. For the time being, though,
So,
he's only on the static shift.
This is no flame, but as after this finishes, we have had... Oh, they actually killed PowerOfEvil.
Oh,
no
okay.
flame. The 3 champions Roccat are running that are quote-unquote unorthodox have been picked in the LCS in the last 2 weeks.
I mean, that is
Roccat making a statement about differences, because we found out at Rift Rivals, we looked foolish, didn't we?
Maybe we should have had Roccat at Rift Rivals.
Maybe. Roccat could have played Vayne, they could have played Karthus, they could have played Nasus.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Roccat are making a statement. You gotta be careful with that.
Yeah, that's a good point. I was about to be like,
That was Roccat saying,
yeah, but that's the
not me.
NALCS, and then I'm like, oh, Rift Rivals was a thing.
Yeah, that was the thing.
And now I'm sad. Well, Phaxi's waiting. Seeing if he can get Alphari caught out. Wadid, they want to close the trap here. We'll see if Yasuo can make the great escape. Final hour for Alphari, but will it be a last breath? Tagging his way in. The wind wall dodging the tornado, and Wadid's gonna get the kill with a little help from his friend.
Oh, Alphari throws his hands up. Wadid taunts at the end of it all.
Okay, we gotta see how this kill happens.
Yeah, is it Pridestalker? Yeah, it kills PowerOfEvil.
Oh, the
even through the shield.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Get rid of those stacks. See ya.
Yeah, well, time to go turn that into a used bookstore. Betsy continues to farm, continues to push things out. And yes, we will have a whole nother match where Pride will be on the line. Coming up next with Fnatic versus G2. The Clash of Kings, of course. I wonder what they will play in that one.
I think it's going to be better than the Clash of Clowns at this point. When you look at the picks themselves will be more standard. I think G2 and Fnatic both want to win their series. I was talking to Youngbuck a little bit the other day. He was like, I desperately want to beat.
Oh, there is the combo. It's revenge time for Alphari. I can 2v1 too. But meanwhile, Betsy and Pridestalker were on the top. As a kick comes out, pushing Phaxi back. He's got a big point, though. I think it definitely will be a little bit different looking. But I feel like Perks and Caps are both a little sad that Yasuo got picked before they got a chance.
It's okay, though, because it's not looking great. So, and it was bot lane and duo lane.
Oh, Hjarnan, run. Okay, good job.
Misfits will be sad because, so PowerOfEvil was telling me if they had 2-0'd this series, just like any other week, they get bought dinner. But they lost game 1, so they can't have that. So they're probably a little sad right now. Probably going to be a little hungry after this series, but
I imagine.
that happens
for wins going into
any week.
Oh, well.
Maxlore.
Oh, you can't bring it up, but it looks like it's going to be a lot of damage turned on the other side. Ignar with the finishing kill onto Phaxi. Guardian Angel coming right back up, and it doesn't matter how big the dog is, they're still going to push him back to Fountain. 1 for 2. Misfits defend their base.
So Phaxi didn't go, Betsy, I was looking at the top lane, didn't go AP in the end of all things. We saw the Trinity force the Righteous Glory. Was just going that Dorans for a little bit of lane help to push the lane. Is that what I think? I mean, there's a lot of things that Raptor Cloak can build into.
Oh boy. I mean, it is
the gates
Nasus.
open?
I feel like we might be in for some portal action. Maxlore,
Now
course,
you're
goes
thinking
down.
with portals.
Well, we'll see if indeed that is the case in this game in a little bit. Betsy, of course, his Guardian Angel was pops level on cooldown to deal with there. Unfortunate, Alphari didn't quite land the tornado where he needed to. Half a second too early.
It's almost like he's not a Yasuo player. There's a lot of noise coming out of Misfits right now as they start
they're on the
this
Baron. Okay, Pridestalker is around the side, and I was about to say he could steal, and then I remembered it's Phaxi who has the smite. Will it be the big fight? Now Maxlore, he goes in preemptively, and it looks like they're going to be able to secure it. Hjarnan and Betsy showed up just too late. Maxlore giving his life for the cause, but Betsy is content to keep on attacking the rest of this team over and over again. Alphari tries for a last breath, but it was his.
Betsy's still on the hunt. Remember, he's going to be able to chase down Hansama. Flash into the Wither.
Oh boy, he's going to be able to do it. That's 3, no 4 members down. Wadid's inside the base and PowerOfEvil. The last man standing, no more. That's the ace. 26 minutes. Roccat say, forget the Baron. We will take your lives.
Mechanics come out from Wadid. It took until the end of the game. We finally saw it. Roccat, they're going to take this series 2-0.
Yes, indeed. Cutting through the last of the Nexus turrets, and Roccat proved this might be the Clash of Clowns, but it truly is the greatest show on Earth.
I've been asked for our player of the series, and I'm trying to figure it out. Maybe Wadid, but game 2 wasn't great, but Roccat, Pyro, they've done it. This split, they managed to beat Fnatic, they managed to beat G2, they beat NIP, and they beat Misfits.
Roccat, I mean, this game with all the crazy stuff that happened in it, of course, and with not a whole lot being on the line, I do want to take a moment to give them credit for what they've accomplished towards the back half of the split. And I feel like this may be a bold statement, but Roccat looked like the best team not going to playoffs.
Yes, they do, especially when they get the Nasus and they go top lane and everything looks amazing. Roccat once again in a situation where the very back part of the split looks simple for them. I mean, this isn't the game really to talk about that, but Roccat will be back in spring. I feel like every split they have these kind of runs towards the end. Fans gravitate back towards Roccat and like say, hey, this is a team that we can get behind.
Yeah, I mean, Roccat always have a lot of energy from fans. I feel like the team is well loved. It's been around in the European LCS many iterations, but this version of Roccat is definitely something. And honestly, I think looking ahead to next year, they can hold their heads high. Even if they didn't make playoffs, it was very close in the first split. In the second one, they really picked things back up at the end.
Misfits, on the other hand, the British synergy didn't work. It all broke apart. They couldn't pull out the win here.
The tea first, or
yeah,
however.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Unfortunately, so Hussein had tweeted that Cirque du Soleil is from Canada, and so is he, and therefore he'd be better at it. Unfortunately,
Fair enough.
Didn't work out. He got out-drafted by Grabs in this series.
Yeah, well, talk about the British synergy. I mean, we will get to hear a little bit later from Maxlore, so stay tuned for that, of course. But for the time being, we got to talk about our player of the series. It is going to be Wadid.
Wadid, player of the series, brilliant Lee Sin game.
Yeah, nothing against Ignar. I feel like he definitely was the better one.
Yeah, Wadid was styling.
He was also
Lee
the best
Sin.
Vayne in that series.
He was as well.
No competition.
Making a statement for best in multiple roles in Roccat. But to talk a little seriously about Wadid, I think Wadid's been one of the best additions. Subsun coming through. One of the best additions for our middle of the pack teams across the year as a whole. Play-wise, I feel like Wadid and Hjarnan are a very exciting bot lane to watch. Personality-wise, it's hard not to kind of be illuminated by Wadid.
Even when he loses, like he still smiles. He's still like kind of bringing the team up.
The Twitter game is also on point.
100%. And I think it's really good you pointed out that pairing him with Hjarnan is like such an important thing because Hjarnan, he's not always the most talked about AD carry here in Europe, but he's always been a solid player. He's always been capable of putting up big numbers. I mean, you remember a year ago what he was doing with Sivir. You give him a solid support like Wadid, and the man looks like an insanely good AD carry most days.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Wadid playing those engaged focus supports. We always, after the breakup of Hjarnan and Kasing a long time ago, we're like, oh, there's been a rough patch where Hjarnan wasn't even playing for a while on the competitive scene. But I think the two of them...
He got back, he went to the gym, he got back in shape, he climbed the ladder, and he found Wadid. True love.
Apparently true love at that point. I think I want to see more of these engaged style supports coming through. Obviously, everybody loves supports that are mechanical when it comes to playing the lane out well. I just like Wadid and Ignar.
I thought we were going to talk about Vayne. I was like, I mean, that isn't engaged.
They're very aggressive, and every time you watch them, they're hyper aggressive in the enemy face.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's really cool to see them play when, even before when they knew they were going to be locked into a fairly safe spot, to come out of the gates and just kind of be like, all right, we can be kingmakers. We can beat G2 again because they lost to the sub squad, but then they turned it around and beat regular G2. Pretty cool stuff. The
losing to the sub squad is still the weirdest storyline.
It's been a long split.
It
is, if you look at the beginning to the end of all the stories of all the teams, just take out Rift Rivals, that didn't happen, and it's definitely been a long journey, and we're near the end. Now that wraps up Maxlore's first split for Misfits Gaming, so let's see what he has to say after that series.
Thank you very much. You got more than enough time to drink your water, Maxlore. Thank you for joining us. First and foremost, dude, why are you so bad at Malphite?
To be honest, this game, we outlane Kingdom, enemy bot lane so hard. Like, was it level 4 kill on a Vayne Gragas lane? Like, I think they were terribly boosted. And unfortunately, we made a really bad decision to go to the dog lane. And I think we should just leave the dog alone and stayed and kept abusing Vayne. But yeah, that was just unfortunate.
I mean, I agree. I saw you miss a point-blank ultimate onto Karthus. What was that about in the top inner turrets?
To be honest, when you're playing Malphite and enemies have flash and it's point-blank, it's mind games. Like, I should have just waited patiently for him to flash and then ulti.
I'm just hearing excuses. Yeah. I'm just hearing excuses, Maxlore. Dude, I have to say thank you so much. That was very entertaining. I'm really glad Misfits and Roccat actually, stepped up and had some silliness at the end of the split. That's the regular season done. You guys know you're playing Unicorns of Love next Saturday. It's the opening quarterfinal. What does that mean to you in your first split with Misfits to make its quarterfinals?
obviously it feels fantastic to make playoffs, and I would like to make worlds, but we still have a lot of work to do to actually get there, since I would say the top 4 teams are looking, or top 3 teams are looking extremely strong, which I would say is like H2K, G2 and Fnatic. So we just need to get better than one of them, and then we can make it to worlds.
On the bright side, even if playoffs don't go necessarily the way you want, you're still going to be in the regional qualifier. So of the 6 teams that make playoffs, whoever wins summer takes first seed at Worlds. Whoever has the highest championship points takes second seed. And then, of course, the gauntlet. What are you going to do to make sure you don't need the gauntlet to get to the World Championships?
Win every game, convincingly.
Misfits, 4 wins and 6 losses against Unicorns. As an organization, they have a winning record.
Yeah, but to be honest, they used most of their luck during regular split, and we weren't tryharding that much, but now it's playoffs, so it's just good luck to them, you know?
Well, good luck to them. Good luck to everybody else that plays. Just before we head off, the Clash of Kings is coming up next, Fnatic versus G2. I'm sure you've been scrimming against them. Do you think they're going to go as Fiesta as Roccat and Misfits? And if yes or no, give me a prediction on who's going to win today.
I would say that at least one game is going to be not Fiesta, but high kills. And there will probably be one game with like 10 kills on the winning team, just completely out-macroing the enemy. I'm not sure who's going to win, because Caps is looking at me with a really funny look, like he's pressuring me right now.
It's also Brox's birthday, so maybe he's going to give a gift to the rest of the team.
Oh, yeah. Then Brox, my experience is whenever it's your birthday or a player's birthday, you just win. So I would say Fnatic will win, actually, yeah.
And yeah, nothing to do with Fnatic intimidating you right now. We need to get a ref on this. Anyways,
no.
Maxlore, you suck at Malphite. Thanks for making it a fun show. Good luck in quarterfinals. We're going to head to an ad break. It's Fnatic taking on G2 when we come back in the Clash of Kings.
Slow early in, guys. No, don't. Scotch it! Alright. Look, he's not shot. I'm running. I'm low. I'm running. Nice! No flash.
Potential on Sama though. Ooh, kill number 6.
Yeah, we can dive them next as well. Like, I'm so fucking strong.
Pretty strong if it hits.
It's you, LCS. Nasus one-shot you. Uh-oh, bye!
That is the dragon. No. That's so sad. No.
Got it. He's inside the base and he just doesn't care. Dragon Strike. Cataclysm, it's a double kill, but the dog is down.
Roccat, they can take this series 2-0.
Yes, indeed. Cutting through the last of the Nexus turrets, and Roccat proved this might be the Clash of Clowns, but it truly is the greatest show on Earth.